barbershop conversation, guys. Hit the subscribe button. So, Errol Spence signs with the management team. And before I start gloating and tell you guys, I told you so. I don't know the management team. I've never met Adrian Clark, but I know him through Instagram. And I believe him to be Errol Spence's friend. And from what I know about him, he seems like a up and up guy. He plays baseball with his son. He's a father to his son. And honestly, at this stage of my life, honestly, that's seeing a half-naked woman is like 4th or 5th on my list at this point on Instagram. I admire fathers who publicly admonish love of their child, love of their family. You know what I mean? I think I used admonish wrong in that, but you got it. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing. So he comes off as a great person. He takes his son everywhere he goes when he travels. I saw him and his son in Vegas or something like that. I just know him through Instagram. I've never met him. Maybe one day I will meet him. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to Errol and that female partner that they have. I don't know her either. But yeah, so that's where we're at with that. Hopefully Errol got ownership stake in it since you're the first big fish that they had. Hopefully you negotiated a level of ownership so when you bring fighters in, so it's not like so basically it's like I know it on the NBA side really, really well. For those of you who've been inquiring about it, I wouldn't say I helped negotiate. Well, let's say I have NBA players 10 to 15 years ago. I've been a part of the draft process for about maybe 5 to 10 kids. I don't know, maybe closer to 5 in terms of like really impactful. And it's a process. And that's how this management works. So Errol can realistically be one of the CEOs, CFOs, part owner of it and start recruiting fighters to be a part of this, because I believe Errol woke up. I believe I woke Errol up. I believe I woke up all these fighters, man. I told you, they gonna hate me when they fighting. They gonna hate me. But when it comes to the bottom line, Al Haymon been negotiating against himself. You can't negotiate against yourself. That means the fighters are losing out no matter how much the fighters are getting paid. If Al Haymon is negotiating against himself, you're leaving money on the table. I don't care how nice he is. I don't care how many free tickets to concerts he give you. I don't care how much he pretends to give you a reduced rate on that private jet. It comes out of your budget when you're fighting anyway, dog. You know what I mean? But I'm patting myself on the back. And all the baby daddies. See what they're gonna pretend not to correlate. Why the hell does Errol Spence have a new management team in the biggest fight of his career? To protect him. So now you're going to start seeing Errol Spence come out with a whole bunch of independent stuff, right? And it's incredibly that important. And I respect the fact that Errol is using his friends, because that's what you do, man. People want to get big and say, oh, we got to save the community. We got to save all black people. No, save your family and your inner circle, man. Work together and do it that way. You know, and I've yet to see one of Errol Spence's friends speak ill will of him. So honestly, I don't think I have. And I know all of them, not well. I know all of them because, you know, they always around each other, and I have a great deal of respect for them. But I've done my job, man. Now, I know the media baby daddy's going to say, oh, Errol got new management. They're going to pretend that it's not a direct correlation to how the Al Haymon does his contracts. Why would you get a management team if Al Haymon is your manager? Why would you have two managers? Why would someone willingly play two people? Oh, they gonna itemize and document, look at the budgets and all that, because they know. Because Errol Spence, if you fought for no guarantee If you are willing to fight for no guarantee on Terrence Crawford, that means what? You got robbed in your Mikey Garcia pay-per-view. Your Sean Porter got robbed dearly because, I mean, on so many different levels, from Al Haymon, from his dad, and all these fighters have been getting robbed. And now speaking out. So, I mean, what you gonna do to me? You know, so, but I'm glad these fighters are waking up, and cut these middlemen out, man. Cut these middlemen out. You hire people. You hire people. I hire people to work. If you have your own business, I respect it. I honor you so much. I'll pay you what you're worth. You know what I mean? And that's simply what it is. I had a concert on my estate. I paid the band what they were worth. They were happy. You know what I mean? So happy. I mean, so happy we became like internet friends, Instagram friends, you know? So I deal with too many people to be robbed. And for y'all ignorant son of a guns to say, well, why don't you do it, Fred? That's not what I do. I'm a journalist. My job is to report the truth. My job ain't to, well, if Al Haymon don't do it, that's not my job. That's not my job. My job is a journalist. My job is to tell the truth, no matter who it offends. I told you, man, my platform is going to live forever. Y'all shock jocks. Basically, boxing media is basically TMZ. Because they don't talk about things that matter. They talk about things that emotionally rile you up. You know? It ain't no pro-black attack, and I had to learn this. It ain't none of that going on. You know what I mean? Behind Al Haymon, there's a man called Ryan Cardwell and everybody else, and the family that runs Paramount Global, the Stone, what is it called? The Redstones, the Greystones, the Redstone family. I always blunder their last name. Behind Steven Espinoza is 2 or 3 bosses. Okay? Behind Bob Arum, behind your favorite black fighter on Top Rank, there's Bob Arum. And behind Bob Arum, there's the executives and owners of Disney. Alright? Alright? I am the freest black man in boxing. I am the freest man in boxing. I am so free, I can literally inspire other people to be free. What a novice concept, to literally be free. Every PBC fighter has been getting robbed because he pays you 5% more at the time than let's say what the market value was. It can't sustain itself. And that's the one thing about, we got to understand when you're doing business about sustainability, longevity. You know, longevity has its privileges. Ask Bob Arum. You know what I mean? Al Haymon is basically all but done. You know, Al Haymon, to my knowledge and my research, I mean, not my knowledge, my research. Let's call it research because it just sounds cool. Cost Errol Spence close to $30 million. I tried to tell him, man. I tried to tell him, but y'all, maybe they thought I was a hater. Maybe they thought I was lying. Al Haymon this. No, man, you can't put all your faith in one man when you're a man. How can you put all your faith in one man when you're a man? That don't make sense. So, anyways, man, fall in love and trust with the people you marry and the people you create. All right? All right, your business partner should be your best friend, should be your wife, should be your husband. All right? At first off, your kids should be the CEOs, the board members and stuff like that. You just build from within. People enjoy the clout more than they enjoy the little work ethic and the success. Oh, man, you got to enjoy the fruits of your lips. Anyways, man, y'all have a great day. I'll probably come back with more of this, but Errol Spence signs with a new management team. Wow, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Them phone calls with, who has the courage to dive into them phone calls they had? Who has the courage to dive into the phone calls that Errol Spence and Al Haymon was having over the past year. No matter what happens, Al Haymon fucked Errol Spence's career. He fucked him. He took 15 months of his career. The reason why Vegas has Terrence Crawford a favorite is because of Errol Spence's inactivity. If they would have fought September, October of last year, Errol Spence would be the favorite after what he did to Ugas. He dismantled that man. But 15 months, media is talking about car accidents and this and that. Terrence Crawford just fought. And for those of you who don't understand this, yes, Terrence Crawford only fought once. But what you're misunderstanding is Terrence Crawford went through a full training camp. Do you understand that? There's a lot that goes into a training camp in preparation for a fight and training your body. A mindset shift. A physical shift, you know? So anyways, June 1st, we in it, man. So whoever's with me, so we gonna work out. I'll start posting more fitness videos and stuff. And so there you have it. So anyways, man, y'all have a great day. I'm patting myself on both sides of my back. I think I've done my job as a journalist. How the hell you get a management team when Al Haymon is your manager? Al, man, listen. When I tell you the broke documentary that I am going to produce, that ESPN produced, when I do it in 10 or 15 years on PBC, because now in 10 or 15 years, I'll be able to get the interviews. They ain't going to interview now because they're on the contract. You know, they're living fight check to fight check, and they quite possibly need it. But I done woke all you niggas up. That's all I'm saying. I deserve at least 3% of this deal. That's all I'm saying. I think his name is AC, Adrian Clark or something like that. I would love to interview you, man, at some point, man. I know I reached out to you during COVID and we never got a chance to do it. But I respect what you're doing with your son. You know what I mean? I haven't dealt with you on a business level, but you seem like a very upstanding man. You challenge yourself physically. You lost weight. And this is just me through Instagram. So I respect the man that can look himself in the mirror and be like, I got to get better at this. So congratulations on signing Errol Spence, and it will definitely elevate your brand. And hopefully Errol Spence is a partner, and so he gets a percentage of the fighters that he brings in, because in boxing, Errol is basically Sugar Ray Leonard, you know, and I respect that. And so anyways, man, congratulations on that end. And on the other end of the stick, shall I say, I told you so. I'm the GOAT. I give people hope. I make people feel like they're rich when they broke. Gone.